Hello, and welcome to the Buzzerbeater Show, episode 68. My name is David Jones, and ooh, I'm just gonna say right from the bat, nobody expected this to happen. Like, the Bucks being the NBA champion. Okay, first off, let me talk about Game 5 before we talk about Game 6. So, I already said I wrote this script before Game 6, and I said that in the next game, Milwaukee has the momentum again because they won in Phoenix. They got the road win, which was crucial for um, them and devastating for the Suns. And I wrote that Chris Paul was still nowhere to be found in this game. It's like, let me say it like this. There were some highlight plays. It wasn't like Game 4. Game 4, he was devastatingly bad just because of the turnover rate. But I don't know what happened. Game 1 and 2. We all thought, yeah, the Suns could beat this team. They are better. They have a better, let me say, like, they have better scoring with Devin Booker, Cameron Payne, Cameron Johnson maybe too, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, maybe even like DeAndre Ayton if Chris Paul sets him up. That's the thing, like, DeAndre Ayton can only score if Chris Paul, not only, but his main scoring is off alley-oops from Chris Paul mainly. And that's what you saw in the games before that. All the alley-oops and stuff, they came from Chris Paul. And in game 4 and 5, that didn't happen as much. Or in game 4, I think it never happened. In game 5, maybe once, maybe twice, I don't know. The thing is, though, if Chris Paul, like, there was no doubt in people's minds that Chris Paul could lose this after game 1 and 2. There was, I didn't hear anybody say, I heard, I mean, this is not a fact necessarily, but I mean, there were some people that said, like, oh, hopefully that doesn't happen, but there wasn't really like a doubt. It was more like a, imagine this would happen, you know what I mean? Not really like a, oh my god, this could happen again. More like a, imagine this happening, if you can tell the difference. But Chris Paul, it's just so weird to me. Like, he's supposed to be the point god. I mean, the perfect point guard. Perfect scoring. Knows what he's doing with hit the ball handling like crazy, giving out assists, and having the right team surrounding him. And he just didn't show up in game 4, 5, and also maybe a little 6. Like, Milwaukee, after game 2, won 4 in a row. 4. I thought about that. 4 in a row. How, like, 4 in a row? Like, not one win for, like after maybe game 3, where they got blown out by Milwaukee. Not one win after that. I like 3-1 lead. Not necessarily like beatable, but yeah. I mean, Giannis came back from 2-0. Not 3-1, but it's basically the same. 2-0. That has only happened 4 times before that. 1967, 1970, what was it, 2, I think? 1977, 2016 with LeBron and the Cavs. And now 2021 with Milwaukee and Giannis. So again, Chris Paul is going in history as the guy that maybe or may not has never won a championship before and blown big leads in playoffs. There's some people that predict that he's going to take a massive pay cut and join a team that could potentially win the championship, maybe like Brooklyn or oh my, but it's so sad to me though, you know? It's Chris Paul is almost 37. He's going to turn 37 next season. And he's still, I mean, except for maybe like his shoulder problems, they were still, like, he was still playing good for them, and they beat the Lakers, they beat the Jazz, they beat the Clippers with him. Not necessarily the entire time, but he was still balling like crazy. And then he didn't win, although they were up 2-0. It wasn't like, oh my God, they got blown out by Milwaukee. No, they did not. Just as he was actually like dribbling up the ball, like in the last 4 minutes, like Milwaukee was up by 6 or something, they didn't get like crucial buckets. Like he was setting something up, yeah, but it seemingly didn't work because they lost by 6 at the end. Was it 7? 7, right? 7. My bad. They lost by 7 at the end, and I don't know, Chris Middleton just went completely Michael Jordan mode on the Suns in Game 6 at the end. And Giannis had 50 points and locked down DeAndre Ayton. 50 points. And I haven't said this before, but oh my God, Milwaukee fans, I'm so happy for y'all, bro. 50 years. 50 goddamn years since you last won the title in 1971. And it's like, okay, wait, so, and it's with a foreign player. This is almost like Dirk Nowitzki, bruh. And after this championship, I don't know where I should list Giannis in my players of all time list. He's not top 10 yet. I don't know. Could change. He is maybe top 30 or 20 or something. Like something like that. I'm not disrespecting the man at all. If somebody says that's way too high, okay, but he has 2 MVPs, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 1 championship now, and 1 Finals MVP. And he's a 5-time All-Star. And he's not even that old, you know? And the good thing is he stuck with the team. He was loyal to his team, not like KD or, I mean, okay, LeBron came back for a champion, but I would still count LeBron in like the, I love you, LeBron, but what you did in Miami was pretty darn shady, I would say. Just KD and LeBron both went to different places to win championships. Sorry. They went to different places to win championships. Sorry. I just woke up. But the thing is, though, LeBron came back to Cleveland and won a championship. KD did not. And KD won 1 MVP and 2 championships. I wouldn't say that Giannis is a better all-time player than KD, but if Giannis wins another championship, it could get close. Like, but yeah, he's a better. KD is a better all-around scorer. He's just he's a better ball handler than Giannis. Okay, yeah. But still, Giannis is doing his thing with not shooting threes, bringing back bully ball, as Shaq would say it. He's just doing his own thing, and he's still dropped. Like, if you don't say he's not a scorer, but he's probably not an all around scorer, but he still dropped like 50 points in Game 6. Like, Giannis is so present and strong on the court that he doesn't have to be an all around scorer. He doesn't have to shoot threes. He has like an okay mid range shot, but driving to the basket, not everybody can stop that. I mean, there are some defenses, but this defense, I mean, there were some injuries, and some people are probably going to point to this as saying, oh, this championship doesn't count as much as some other championships because of the, just because of the injuries and stuff. But, still, they played the best other team in the NBA, right? If you go to the finals, although a lot of teams got injured, okay, but still, the Utah Jazz didn't have any injuries. The Clippers had injuries with Kawhi, but still, you can't prevent that. You can't find a scenario where that doesn't happen. Maybe if you go like in the parallel universe or something, but we're going from based on the facts. Based on the facts and of the win percentage, the Suns are the best team next to Milwaukee. And as that team, you should probably have like a legitimate chance of stopping Giannis. The Suns didn't have that. And that's a point I want to let to stand out. The Suns, a pretty good offensive, a more based offensive team than a defensive team, but still they have DeAndre Ayton, they have Jay Crowder. Still a pretty good defensive team, you know. Couldn't stop Giannis. And Giannis was playing really good. Like, the block against DeAndre Ayton. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I don't know what happened there. But that was just another level weird. Like, you know? And yeah, I don't know what to say, bro, but that's like on a whole different level crazy. Like, that block will go in history as maybe the greatest block in finals, next to maybe LeBron's block in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals. For me, a title is a title. Although there were a lot of injuries, and maybe they got it easier against the Brooklyn. But come on now, it's Brooklyn, y'all. It's Brooklyn. They have 3 All-Stars on the team. 3. Again. And I don't want to shame KD or something. But again, it's like just like Golden State. He has co-All-Stars again. Back then it was Clay and Curry and maybe sometimes Draymond. Not necessarily today anymore. But those teams, again, he had co-All-Stars. And he won those games and he won those championships I don't know if it had turned out differently if he hadn't joined Golden State. But it's definitely a factor. But he's still, I mean, he couldn't beat Milwaukee single-handedly. That's really hard to do because Milwaukee is a good team, duh. But everybody was writing Milwaukee off, saying that they're a weird team, they were not knowing what to do. Guess what? They won the championship. And for me, if you won a championship, you won a championship. I don't care if the team before that got injuries or something. A championship is a championship, you know? And they beat Brooklyn. Even without Harden and Kyrie. I mean, Harden was still there, but he was still like playing on one leg, basically. He pulled his hamstring and stuff. But for me, still, I count this as a championship. It shouldn't be looked at any different than any other championship. And I don't know what to say about Chris Paul. I mean, those were the main topics about this series. And for me, that is, I don't know what Devin Booker's going to do now. He's not a free agent yet. But he has to think of his future. Like, I don't know if the Suns have a legitimate chance of repeating this again. If they do, my bad. But Suns fans, I'm so sorry for y'all, bro. I mean, damn. Like, you made the conference. Wait, last time you made the championship was 1993. At the finals was 1993. So, wow. 28 years ago was the last time you made the finals. And you lost miserably against Michael Jordan again. And this time you lost against Giannis. Like, oh my god. I'm so sorry. Like, Devin Booker, like, what is he supposed to do after this? Chris Paul didn't deliver in the last 4 games when they won against Milwaukee. DeAndre Ayton, as you saw, is very, very... is unlikely to score without... or it's harder to score for him without Chris Paul. And I wouldn't say, like, Cameron Johnson or Cameron Payne or... not, like... I would say there's streaky scorers, I would say. They didn't deliver in Game 3. They didn't deliver in Game 4. I mean, especially in Game 4. I don't know what happened in Game 4 with Cameron Payne, but... Game 5, the exact same story. Game 6, I mean, a little... But... it's just, I don't know. I don't know what Devin Booker's going to do. I think he's going to stay in Phoenix, but it's just going to be tough for them now. Like, to let him, they have to surround him with some talent and some talent that isn't necessarily 36 years old and hasn't really proven himself yet in the... I don't want to be hard against Chris Paul, but if you do this 5 times. First time 2008 against the Spurs. Then with the Clippers against Houston. Then another time against with the Clippers. I forgot what team, but he did that 2 times in Los Angeles. Then wasn't necessarily his fault with Houston where he got injured when he played in Houston against Golden State 2018. And then again, 5 times he did this. I would say 2 times, no, 3 times, including this, 3 times. I think 2008 wasn't necessarily his fault because he was playing the Spurs. Like, playing the Spurs in 2008, like, Nobody won against that team 2008. Wait, did they win the championship 2008? I don't want to say anything wrong. No, they did not. Oh, my bad. Oh, whoops. That was the Lakers. But still, he played in New Orleans. I get it. He did disappear in that season, in that series. It was 2008, it's just a tough thing with him, and I don't know. But what was definitely his fault was this one. I don't want to be hard against him, but he didn't come through in the moment where Phoenix needed him most. Devin Booker also didn't really come through in Game 6 necessarily. I mean, he had his points, but he wasn't really super present on the court. I don't know. It's just, I feel sorry for y'all Suns fans because I don't know what's going to happen now. I'm pretty sure that Devin Booker will stay. Don't worry about that. Just worry about what the front office is going to do. I don't know what's going to happen, but alright. So, this was a rather long podcast. If you like this podcast, leave a like and turn on notifications and subscribe to the motherfucking channel. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace!